Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dandy Chess and welcome back to another DR survival video. Um, you may have been noticing that I have made quite a lot of DR survival videos recently, right? And honestly, that's just gonna be adding up. I'm kind of quite excited about the game as for now, as basically I just kind of want to play more, right? Kind of get addicted as well. So there's that. But just like any other like any other game as well, when you start playing too much and then like basically you play every time, right? And then you will start getting bored and then you will eventually stop playing, right? You lose interest and then you stop playing. I think that's gonna happen to me anyway in the future, hopefully after the Halloween. Like at least I kind of want that during Halloween I also showcase a lot of stuff as well. But yeah, that's besides the point, right? The point today is that we will be talking about Blowtorch. Um, there is a problem with Blowtorch, if you haven't noticed already. I'm going to explain everything about that. But first, where do you get Blowtorch, right? There is actually one in Chelyabinsk over here. Let's enter the trader over here. Yeah, there is one over here for sale. Its price is 1200 iron nuts. I believe, actually, yeah, that's only that, right? Um, I believe this is the only NPC in the train route cities, I guess, or in the red faction and blue faction as well. That doesn't actually have any other NPC that sells blowtorch apart from Chelia. So this is my base, right? I'm here in Chelia along with other people as well, right? Yeah, there you go. That's the city, Chelia, and I just basically live here, right? And then I just buy these blowtorch every now and then, right? Every time it refresh. However, as you can see, the price is 1200, right? It has 15 uses. Um, and yeah, it's quite small number for a tool, right? It is actually only 15 uses. Let's actually try to craft something like, let's say, metal plate, right? Let's create one just like that, and then let's go back, and yeah, as you can see, it's only have 14 uses left, right? The durability minus 6%, so that's like 15 times 6. Yeah, that's about 90%, right? And then like 6 to 7%, right? Basically. And also apart from that, after you exhaust these, the blowtorch is not going to break, which is great, right? However, the cost for the maintenance over here, it takes a lot, right? Here it takes, well, obviously the empty blowtorch, and then the gasoline, which is 2000. This is about 2 liters, I think. And then machine oil for 90, and then there is screw for one, and then one spring, and the last one will be one rubber parts. As you can see, I have quite all the materials already, right? However, if we take a look at the NPC over here, the price kind of doesn't make any sense, right? This one, new blowtorch, actually costs 1200. Now, what about the maintenance, right? What about the refill? Here, this is 2000 gasoline, and then what is it? 90, right? 90 of these, I believe. 90 machine oil, and then after that, screw, spring, and parts, one each, and I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's all of it. And as you can see over here, the total will be 2120 iron nuts, right? So that's kind of, I don't know, kind of weird, right? Because this costs 2100 just for refilling. However, buying the the full blowtorch already like costs only 1200, right? So you can kind of basically conclude that getting new blowtorch is basically better than refilling, right? So yeah, because this is cheaper, right? And that kind of doesn't make any sense, right? Let's take a look this way. You have like a car, right? You buy a car and it costs you like, let's say $10,000, right? And then you need the fuel, right, to make it run. And what's the fuel gonna be, right? It's not gonna be more expensive than $10,000, right? Every time you use it, I guess, because yeah, the same kind of with these blowtorch. I mean, that's kind of like bad comparison, but you get the point, right? Basically, like the fuel is actually much more like refilling the maintenance costs is actually far more expensive than the actual thing or the tool, which doesn't make any sense. However, I can kind of suppose or suggest, I guess, like what should be done, right, about resolving this issue. The first one being this is the blowtorch over here. This should not be filled when you bought this. When you buy this blowtorch, this will actually be empty blowtorch, so like no fuel blowtorch with no fuel basically. And that's the first, right? Therefore, the actual blowtorch will be basically 1200 plus the this thing, right? Which might still be an issue, like it doesn't make any sense, right? But it kind of makes sense. It's better sense, I guess. Better than at least buying 1200 and then you can get to use it directly, right? So this is, buying new one is actually cheaper, right, than the maintenance cost over here or repairing cost, I would say, for 2100. Um, Also, the other issue is that what was I going to say again? So yeah, because this is only 15 uses as well, right? You will be using this quite a lot. However, you might ask, right? Like, Danny, can you only not buy one time every refresh? So, that's like you can only have so much blowtorch, right? Well, yes, I think you can buy. I think there are three or four NPCs total. So, 4 refreshes every day. That will be 12 to what is it, 16, right? I don't know which one, right? Either 12 or 16 blowtorch every single day. And then you can multiply that by 15, right, for the uses. And that's quite already a lot enough, like that's already more than 100 uses, right? And I don't think, like I mean, like, if we're talking about the survival aspect of the game, right, then 100 time uses of blowtorch is quite enough already, right? But like if your reason is to be, like to trading with other player, then I'm gonna ignore your reason basically because this is not about trading, right? This is about surviving. So yeah, 100 time uses is already enough. Like it's already a lot, right? Um, so, like I said, buying this one every time it refresh is always a great idea. So yeah, that's the first thing that they can, the developers can change, right? This will stay at 1200, but this blowtorch will have no fuel basically. It will come empty, and then you have to get the materials yourself. That's the first one, and then the second one will be increasing the cost of the blowtorch itself. So because this is 2100, right? So let's technically speaking or economically speaking, I guess the price should be at least two times, right, or three times even. So basically this one over here to 2000, that will be like the price of the blowtorch. I mean the price for the blowtorch already having the fuel, right? So that's 2000. And then plus the blowtorch itself, which is let's say like in this case if this is 1000, then um, the entire thing should be like 3400, about that, right? Or you can just simply make this two times or triple the cost for the fuel, so it will be like either 4000 or like 5000, 6000, right? I mean that's expensive, but like let's take a look at other items as well, right? Let's say this battery, right? This battery itself costs 2000 already, right? How is it that this simple battery actually costs more expensive than the blowtorch, right? Which kind of doesn't make any sense as well. I mean, it kind of does because there's nothing that I mean, like this is battery, right? Like um, I don't think there's any factory that opens a battery anyway after post apocalyptic, unless this is like a rechargeable battery. In this case it is not, right? Because you use this, it exhausts, right? um, but still, this is tool, right? Tool, I think, should be expensive. Like, let's say crowbar over here. Yeah, I think this is a better comparison. Crowbar costs about 2,400, right? And this is just basically a piece of, like steel, right? This is just, like iron, metal, right? It got melted and then it got shaped into this crowbar. How is it that this, complex mechanism over here, which is blowtorch, only costs 1,200, right? So I guess this will be, I would say the way to fix this will be nerfing the price so that this will be at least, like I said, 3,400. Or, you can just make it simple, like double or triple this one, right? Double or triple the price or the cost of, like refilling basically. So it should be like, I guess 4,000 or 6,000. So yeah, either 3,000 until 6,000 at least, right? Um, so yeah, that's like the second, right? There is also another way that I can think about how this can get resolved. However, I don't think this one will be feasible. So this is the third way, right? The third way they will change blowtorch. The third one will be changing the this one, changing the what is it like? To fill up this, right? This crafting over here, this will be changed. Like maybe remove some of these, maybe I don't know. I don't think you need rubber parts. I don't think like my dad has a blowtorch, right? Every time the blowtorch is empty, he doesn't actually change the rubber parts in that, like it still works, right? And then the spring as well, and then the screw, like basically he just refill the fuel only, and just leave the rubber parts, the spring and the screw alone, right? um so yeah, there's that, right? That's like one way. However, if you think about it as well, like this blowtorch is probably like handmade, right? Handmade by the NPC, right? The specialists in the survivor space. So this probably not working as great as blowtorch from factory, right? Like factory made. So that's why it will require like consistent or regular maintenance, like requiring rubber parts, springs, or screws itself, right? Because it's quite fragile. Also, as you can see, because this only uses for 15 times anyway, so you can kind of see that, right? Because this is handmade. However, yeah, like this one, this is already great, I think. Yeah, because of that reason, right? So I don't think changing this is actually a way, because it's actually quite great already, right? It quite makes sense, especially when the blowtorch is like some kind of handmade, right? It's made by the people in the survivor base, right? The engineers there. So you just need the screw, spring, and rubber parts for maintenance. Also, there's another way as well. Kinda, it's similar to with the third one. Well, not really similar, but more like in the same region, right? Basically, it's about the crafting, right? So okay, let's go back. It requires 2,000 of that, 90 oil of these, and then what is it again? Like screw, spring, rubber parts. Yeah, like this, right? 2,120. Um, what I'm suggesting for this one as well, I guess we can call it the fourth way then, uh, to reduce the price of this, right? Because this is only 1,200, then you can make it, they can make it that, so that this total over here can be less than 1,200, right? So this like at the most probably like 1,000, right? 1,000 iron nuts. So that will be reducing the price of these items over here, right? Probably the rubber parts, it got reduced by half, probably, like, so it's 400, and then that's minus 400, that's 1,700, and then this one minus half as well, that will be 20 24. No, 240, so that will be like what is it, 640 less, right? So that will be like about 1,400 something, right? And then the price of the screw as well, so that's about like the same, right? 1300, and then this gasoline and oil as well, or even reduce the rubber parts even further, right? So that this becomes 1,000. However, I don't think they will actually use this one because reducing the price of these items over here, it actually will affect even more items, right? Because there are so many other items that actually require rubber parts, spring, screw, like there are a tons of items, right? So reducing the cost of these will actually affect other items as well, and that will maybe trigger another issue with other items potentially, right? So I don't think this fourth way to fix this will be feasible. I don't think, just because like other items will also get affected, right? If the cost got reduced. And so yeah, I don't think this will be ever changed. This will stay like this, I think. And I think, yeah, I think the way, like the easier way that they can do is just increase the price of the blowtorch, and that's about it basically. So it will be at least 3,000, I would say, because like 1,200 plus the fuel, right? So that's third, like 3,400, right? um or they can make this no fuel basically. You buy this blowtorch, but it has no fuel, right? So you have to fill in yourself for the first time, and and so on and so on as well. So yeah, there you go about the problem with blowtorch. I think many people actually already talk about this as well, like in game chat. They start to realize, right? um why is that this blowtorch is so cheap, right? Because the refilling or refueling cost is actually way expensive, like than just buying one, right? So people then like basically they stop refilling these blowtorch. Instead they will just buy a new one, right, every now and then. And if they do this consistently, then the amount of floaters they have will increase anyway, right? So yeah, I think that's all about it about blowtorch issue. It's kind of quite. I think it's kind of short video as well, I think. So yeah, this is just my concern about the blowtorch issue, I guess. But yeah, I think that's about it. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, I think reducing the amount of price that this has will not actually solve the problem. It might, but it may also trigger some other issues as well with other items, right? So yeah, that's basically it. I think that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought down below. What should be the fix about this, right? How should they fix this? Because so far I think, yeah, like I said, buying new blowtorch is a must, I would say, just because the fact that refueling takes even more expensive, right? And that's about it, I guess. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you again in another DR survival video. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you again very soon, and see ya.